be alone is such a great skill to have, but it's also so terrifying, and I hate it sometimes. I've moved to Texas from New York about 2 years ago, or a year and a half ago, or a year ago? Year ago? Over a year. Yeah, a little over a year. And I got my first job here, and that's where I made most of my friends here. I've lived here before, and I had like friends from like school when I was younger, but I don't talk to them besides like over social media. Well, we don't even talk over social media, we just follow each other and stuff. But at work is where I actually made my friends, and it's hard sometimes because, for one, I naturally just tend to gravitate towards older people. I've even learned that in high school. Like, a lot of my friends were like seniors, or they were, or even whatever grade I was in, they were always older than me, like a year or two older than me. And that sucks because they have their own friend groups that are all the same age, so they're doing things with people their age. Like, the oldest friend in our friend group is like, what is he, 28? 28? Yeah. And it's like, I'm only 20, so it's like we are going through different things, and like I feel like our group is kind of in shambles. Like, only 2 really stay in contact like that, and the rest are just doing their own thing, which is nothing wrong with that. Everybody grows, people move on with their lives, people want to do different things. It's just like the I guess the sad part of a friend group, that when people start to mature and grow up and stuff like that. I hate the fact that a lot of times recently I've been wanting to go out and do things, but then the first thing I think of, oh, but I don't have anybody to do it with. And I want to start getting out of that mindset of just trying to do stuff by myself. Like, I want to be able to go out and feel like I'm not doing something wrong by going outside in the world, like, by myself. I don't want to feel like that's wrong or that's abnormal, but I just get so freaking paranoid, and I don't know, I feel like the world's caving in. Like, I don't have social anxiety or anything. It's just I get overwhelmed really quickly. So many things I feel like factor into loving yourself and feeling comfortable within yourself. I feel like some people seek external validation, or they feel like they have to be the yes man for everyone else, and nobody has to say yes to them. And it's like, that shouldn't be how it works. If you have friends who always just use you for stuff, or always you're the one that they go to but you can't go to them, it's like, that's not fair, that's not right, and that's not how friendships work. That's not how I feel like any type of relationships work, whether it's family or friends. And I feel like I'm that person for a lot of people, but I can't do that with other people, and it's kind of annoying, and I hate it. But I feel like I don't know, I get anxious. Like, that's probably why I've never been in a relationship, guys. Never been in a relationship. I've had people like me, but I've never been in a relationship. And every time I think of it, I just can't even fathom the idea of being in a relationship with someone. Not because I don't like people. I like people. It's just, the idea of a point in my life where I'm not by myself. Like, when I think of married people, like, I'm like, how do you guys do that? Like, I get so anxious with the idea of having to share the same bed, having to, I don't know, be in the same house with someone, like, if we're having a chill day, but as a relationship type. Obviously, you do that with your family and stuff like that all the time. But, like, sharing bed, sharing bathroom, like, it's crazy to me, that concept. And I see people do it all the time. Like, 2 of my friends recently moved in together who were dating for just like a year or so, and I was like, whoa. I'm gonna pray for you guys. I hope this doesn't go down in flames, because a year I would say a little over a year maybe, and they're moving in, and I'm like, that's a big commitment to move in with someone. Like giving your space up or opening a space or going into a space with another person is crazy. Like not even like roommate type stuff, like relationship, like that's crazy, because that's so many things that are now connected. Bills, food, I don't know, maybe cars, like that's all, everything is shared. Everything is shared, and that concept is crazy to me. I would like to already be ready for that. I don't want to like be overwhelmed and then like break down, have a freaking attack or whatever. Everybody has their own way of being themselves, like whether that's seeking external validation from other people, whether that's you're completely fine with yourself, or you're codependent on people. Like there's different ways, whether it's healthy or not, but I want either way, I want it to be best for me. And I feel like I'm gonna be 21 this year in November, and I feel like it's creeping up on me, and I don't feel like it's gonna be some crazy big difference change in my life, but it's just I have no one else around me who's hitting that mark at the moment. Like all my other friends are like older or younger. Like nobody else who's younger is gonna be my age for like another maybe like year or year and a half, and everybody else has already gotten past that. Like my youngest friend is 18 in our friend group, and then the oldest is 27 or 28, and it's like everybody else is between there, and then I'm the only one who's about to be 21, and it's like about to hit me so hard, and I'm kind of prepared, kind of not prepared, because there's family expectations that are going to come with it. There's people, like even now, like people are talking about, oh, what are you gonna do for your 21st birthday? And I'm like, nothing probably. I don't have any plans. I don't see it as a big milestone in my life. I don't feel like, oh, my whole life is gonna change and I'm gonna just mature and whatever else. I feel like there's still a lot of stuff that I have to go through in order to feel comfortable within myself. You don't want to get your first car because they said you have to get a car if you are completely fine with riding the bus. You don't want to go to school and you don't know what you want to major in and waste money when you could have just waited maybe a year or so longer until you knew what you wanted to do. Like I feel like that's where I don't want to get like burnt out and stuff, and that's why I'm trying to, like, I don't want to say play catch up, because I don't think there's a lot of people who know what they want or know where their life is going to be at the age of 20, but I feel like I should start getting there and start putting myself first, because I feel like I always try and do things for other people, and I try and be a yes man for everyone else, and whenever I ask stuff, whenever I see stuff, whenever I throw my opinion in, it's no, or it's that's not okay, or that's not a smart idea. And it's like, is it not a smart idea because you don't agree with it, or it's actually not a smart idea? Coming into yourself is such a scary thing when everyone already has their perception of you. Figuring out how to not disappoint people, but also not put all of their opinions and ideas ahead of yours. Because, hey, maybe theirs could be right, but how about trying mine out first? Because it's what I want to do. It's what I want to try. And I don't think there's anything wrong with that. Today's kind of a low day. I don't know. I get these random urges to make these videos out of nowhere whenever I just feel like talking, so that I don't shut down and stuff. And you guys like my shirt. I have never watched an episode of My Hero Academia in my life, but I always see him. And I found this at, I think it was Goodwill or something like that. Just found it, but yeah. Yeah, that was random. But yeah, I just wanted to say that because I'm gonna be 21 this year, and my plan was to move out in January of next year or February, but I don't think that's gonna happen. But we can always keep trying. because you never know what's gonna happen. You never know what's gonna happen. So yeah, that's all. Just wanted to say that. Bye guys.